Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. We're going to be taking a look at the future of banners on Dokkan Battle. Now immediately I'm going to say this isn't anything ridiculous, this isn't a major change. This is just quite an interesting thing that I've noticed after the recent data download and what a lot of data miners have found. So, I am on a JP Twitter account right now. I know it is in Japanese, but I'm still going to put it, in link in the description down below, just to give credit where credit's due. I know a lot of people have been posting this stuff on Twitter. I've seen it all this morning. Yeah, and I just want to quickly talk about it because I think it's kind of interesting. So after the data download on JP early hours this morning, there were banner assets found in the data download which typically aren't there. Like, you do not get to see the banner before, they're actually released from a data download. We know what units are coming, we know about the side banner units, but that's all we typically get. But as a lot of, data miners, data leakers, whatever you want to call them, have found, because the upcoming Golden Week banner for banners for both Goku and the Cell are animated, that's right, they're animated, there are banner files in the data download, which means we were able to see, or originally these data miners and leakers and whoever looked in the files could actually see what the banners were looking like, and that's what's been all over Twitter this morning. So as I said, this is taken from a JP data download, so this is how the JP banner is going to be looking. For the Goku banner, of course, you've got the Goku, you've got the side banner Vegeta, you've got the LR Cell, Kid Buu, and Videl. Pretty decent looking banner. And then the Cell banner, of course, is him, 16 and 18, the LR Gohan, transforming Ultimate Gohan, and the SSJ2 transforming into SSJ3 unit as well, which again, another very nice banner. So some pretty good banners. And yeah, the reason why they animated, and if you're wondering how they're animated, of course you can't see it, and I did actually see someone tweet, like, basically loading up all the files together and, how the actual banner is going to be looking animated. And essentially, it's nothing major. Don't get me wrong, I actually originally thought the banners do look a bit more sharp. I'm not gonna lie, the design looks a bit nicer, and I'm all here for it. It's not a major change to Dokkan, but I'm all here for it because it does look really nice. But the actual animated bit is literally just the text for, like, the Dokkan Festival bit. The only thing that happens is there's, like, some shimmer effects on the writing, and then the electrical bits that come up literally just kind of, like, I guess, turn on and off. Like, they pop up and then go. And of course, the same thing happens on the Cell banner as well. And I think, and I saw this on Goku's one, I think the background slightly swells a little bit, like, quite subtly. I mean, if they're going to do animations, just make the banners look a little bit nicer, I mean, I'm all here for it. I mean, it's not a major change, but I mean, it looks good. I mean, the animations are nothing, ridiculous either, but, it's the small things. It's the small things. And as I said, this isn't really, like, major news. This isn't really going to do anything. But I thought it was kind of interesting that if going forward, and I retweeted this morning, and and also my link in the description down below for Twitter will be there as well. I'm trying to be more social on the media, so drop your boy a follow. And yeah, that would be great. And don't forget as well, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new as well. But what I said was, and again, this isn't anything that's going to really change, the banners or anything going forward. It's not really going to do anything. But if every banner going forward is animated, then we could see what the majority of banners look like before they release from the data download. I said, this doesn't really do anything, but any banners going forward on JP especially, and also global, after the data download, after the files are put up, literally a day or two in advance, which, as I said, it doesn't really do anything. You would have decided if you're going to summon on the banner like a day later anyway. But a day or two before the banner releases, you're going to see the main featured units and who's going to be on it, which I guess kind of helps you make an informed decision a bit quicker. And it's just kind of cool to see of, like, oh, they've put this guy on the banner, oh, they've put these guys on the banner, things like that. So JP players, you actually kind of get what Global's had for years, and that's a small window of insight of how a banner's going to be looking. You might not know what the Dokkan Fest is until, that's typically revealed, but you're going to have an insight on how the banners are looking. And, if every single banner going forward is going to have these animated or animation files in, after the data download, then for the majority of banners going forward, you JP players, or if you play JP and Global, you're going to be seeing what's going to be featured on the banners going forward. As I said, it doesn't really do anything. It's not going to change anything. It just I guess kind of helps you decide if you're going to summon on a banner a day or two before the banner actually drops. But I thought it was kind of interesting. And global, you know, when this happens for us, which it probably will, you know, it's probably going to be on this banner as well, which, by the way, if you were hoping that the Goku and Kid Buu are both going to be on the banners for global as well, they're not, because, you know, they literally just left on global of the previous banners. So there is probably a 0.00001% chance they may be on these banners, but they're probably more than likely not going to be on the banners. So don't get your hopes up. I would love to go buy the Goku with coins right now, the transforming SSJ2 to SSJ3 Goku, but they won't be on the banner. But, you know, going forward for global, we have another window of insight of what's going to be on banners. And the reason why this kind of, I guess, kind of helps global players a little bit more is, you know, if you pay attention to social media around Dokkan, you know, pay attention to JP like a lot of us do, we already know what's going to be coming to the global side of the game anyway. We already know how, you know, we've already seen what units are coming out. Like, we already know what the year 7 LRs are. We already know that Dokkan Fest Ginyu is a thing. Raditz is a thing that's going to be coming on global. Both of them probably end up coming out before year 7 anyway. You know, and for the majority, we know how banners are going to look. The only kind of fresh thing, you know, if you do follow, as I said, the JP version of Dokkan on social media, the only thing that will be kind of altered typically for us, and that's because of scheduling, because global gets different scheduling compared to JP, is some units, we might not have the same featured units. You know, for example, was it a couple months ago, because of the scheduling of when Super Vegeta came out and then when the androids came out, you know, you have the alterations of banners, you know, 1, maybe 2 featured units get swapped around, things like that. Now global just has an extra insight to how our banners could look. You know, we already know what units are coming out and what banners are coming. You know, say for example Golden Week wasn't shared, we're looking at this banner and we're like, oh okay, you know, this banner's pretty cool, oh this banner's pretty sick, pretty handy for me, and the Dokkan Fest are sick. Or like the Cell banner, oh that has more value for me, I'm gonna summon there and also really want Goku. You know, we already have that extra planning in advance. Now with the data download, you know, if any banners ever get some of their featured units altered, we're going to know before the banner even drops, which just helps you, again, kind of similar to JP players now, if this does remain a thing, or even if they do it on a handful of banners, you just can decide quicker if you're going to decide, you know, summon on a banner and if you're not, you know, if the banner is valuable to you. So as I said, it's nothing major, it's not going to affect, you know, summoning and, oh no, I can see what the banners are a day or two in advance. It's not going to do anything. But I thought it was kind of interesting that not only are we going to get animated banners, which I'm not going to lie is sick. I did think the banners do look a bit nicer. Let me know what you think of them down in the comments. I quite like them. By all means, don't even be subtle with the animations. Like, make all of these swells like proper, like, you know, move and pop off the page. Make all this kind of move, you know. By all means, as I said, it's the little things. It doesn't do anything to the game, but it's just, you know, make the banners animated if you're going to do it. Go for it. Make it look sick. I just thought it was kind of interesting now that we could basically have a small preview of, especially on JP anyway, new banners that are dropping and who's going to be featured. But let me know what you think down in the comments. As I said, it's not really anything major. I just thought it was quite interesting. And I'll see you in the next video, guys. And peace!